Hello everyone, this is Moehawkman and welcome to another episode of Is It Viable? In today's video, I test out whether opening the Alchemist chest is worth it as a moneymaker. Just like the other chest, there's no way to determine how much GP you can make because it's highly dependent on your luck. There is a quest requirement to open the Alchemist chest, which is City of Santistan, and all of its prerequisite quests. If you're curious what's on the drop table, it looks like this. There's a bunch of random things on this list, and about half of it is profitable. When I recorded this, the key was around 5,812 GP, but it will likely drop more because every drop related to the Elder God War bosses is crashing in value. If you don't know where the chest is located, it's in this building, and the closest bank is right over here, so it doesn't take very long to run back and forth for more keys. I highly recommend bringing a familiar to hold more keys between trips. Either a yak or mammoth is best if you have the summoning level for it. If not, just use your best familiar that holds the most keys. You don't need to bring any gear because the chest isn't affected by any luck modifiers, but you can bring your best luck ring if it makes you feel any better. On average, you should be opening over 1,300 chests per hour. Now you should be noticing something odd about my camera angle. I had to do some experimenting so I could click the chest and bank the drops without having to move the mouse, and this is the angle that I came up with. It feels a bit weird to look at the screen this way, but it made my life way easier when I didn't have to move the mouse back and forth for over an hour and give myself carpal tunnel. For the record, I opened up 1,757 chests. I know it's a weird number, but the buy offer was taking too long, so I stopped it before it finished at 2K. There's also something that I noticed while doing this, but I'm not entirely sure if it's a bug or intentional. I noticed that if I click the chest too fast, the loot window would open for a split second and close immediately, and then it would give me a warning window that it would put my loot into my inventory or my bank. It also wouldn't use another key until I cleared the loot window, so this would force me to slow down and time my presses more accurately. I'm starting to suspect that it is intentional because it's probably to prevent auto-clickers from spam opening the chest. This is something that you'll have to keep in mind if you choose to open the Alchemist chest. Even though I wasn't paying much attention, I already knew I was going to make profit, but I just didn't know how much. Even if you hit the negative rolls on the drop table, the key itself doesn't cost a lot, so any losses are minimal at best. So in reality, you're not losing a lot of money, and hitting some of the profitable drops makes up for any previous losses. Speaking of hitting the profitable drop table, let's take a look at this price check. If you take a look at the list on the side, it's the entire list of drops I ended up getting. I wasn't lucky enough to hit the super rare roll of 150 Onyx Dust or 15 Ceradomin Wines, but I think I made off quite nicely if I say so myself. The first price check is all of the Ash drops, the Herblore materials and seeds, followed by the Zamorak and Ceradomin wines. This price check totaled around 14.6 million GP. The second price check is all of the remaining drops, which is the snake hides, the rat meat for whatever reason, mud ruins, and the onyx and hydrix bolt tips, totaling just over 18 million GP. As a side note, you can't price check cave nightshades because they are untradeable. When combined together, the overall price check is 32.7 million GP, and this took me about 1 hour and 20 minutes to complete. Now if I use the previous numbers of opening 1,300 chests per hour, I was making about 24.2 million GP per hour. However, I need to remove the cost of the keys, which is around 7.5 million GP per hour. So the overall profit margin of the Alchemist chest for me was around 16.7 million GP per hour. There is one slight issue here though. I highly doubt some of the price check information is even accurate because the market for these items is very volatile right now. The keys and most of the drops in the pool are probably lower than the grand exchange price, so if you want to try to open the Alchemist chest for money, do so at your own risk. Anyways, that's all from me today. Be kind to one another, stay safe, have a nice day. Peace out everyone.